Young ladies and gentlemen, greetings from your respective positions. It is once again a pleasure for me to have so many of you here on this much-loved platform, the platform for awakening consciousness. So, the news is very good regarding Russian-American relations, but it is very good news that sounds very bad to the ears of Europeans. The Europeans are not happy at all. The American President, Donald Trump, has made some announcements. But before making these announcements, he took the time to call Volodymyr Zelensky. Today, March 19, 2025, on this day, he called Volodymyr Zelensky. He says he spent more than an hour exchanging with Volodymyr Zelensky to clearly explain things to him so that the gentleman understands, to bring Ukraine's positions closer to those of Russia. Yes, positions need to be brought closer. But above all, to make Zelensky understand that if America has risen to seek to bring peace to Ukrainian soil, it is not by chance. America also aims for its own interest. He was very clear with Volodymyr Zelensky. He told Zelensky that America and Russia are working on a moratorium that would allow America to develop certain commercial aspects with Russia. And he tells anyone who will listen, America is going to develop trade with Russia because Donald Trump says that Russia has things that they need. Russia has a lot of rare earth elements, and America needs them. So, America, under Donald Trump, is not going to get into a confrontational mood with Russia. So, beyond all this aspect, a meeting between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin, a physical meeting, is planned in Saudi Arabia. And so, ladies and gentlemen, in the context of this video conference, it is indeed this news that we are going to discuss. There you go. But before continuing, you know the drill. I ask you to share this video conference. Share it as much as possible in all possible groups. Give it a lot of likes. Give it a lot of likes. There you go. So, what is happening concretely? What to be said? First, according to the Kremlin spokesperson, before going into other statements from the President Donald Trump, the Kremlin spokesperson says this. He says that Putin and Trump understand each other and trust each other. This is what Russia is saying. Who is speaking? Putin and Trump understand each other and trust each other. And obviously, yes, the two trust each other. If it wasn't based on trust, after their exchange, automatically, Vladimir Putin would not have ordered the cessation of hostilities, particularly concerning attacks on energy infrastructure. He continues, the Kremlin spokesperson, Dmitry Peskov, continues. He says this: the strong will of the two presidents is the best guarantee that Russia and the United States will follow the path of restoring their relations. Here is what Dmitry Peskov added while commenting on yesterday's conversation between, the two leaders. So, there he was commenting on the phone call between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin. Already, if there is no trust, nothing can work. But since the trust is already there between the two presidents, it sufficiently proves that, yes, everything will work. So he says this, he says that Russia and the United States are very great states. And too many things were spoiled under the previous administration. In the relations between Moscow and Washington, here is what he added in conclusion. It should also be noted that this is the same thought that President Donald Trump has. Donald Trump keeps accusing the Biden administration, which was responsible for the destabilization, the destruction of American-Russian relations. Both are very powerful, great nations. Each of these nations needs the other. Russia has certain technologies, certain skills, which America does not have, particularly in terms of artificial intelligence, in terms of military technology, Russia puts all its heart, all its heritage into it. You have noticed, by the way, when North Korea repeatedly fails to place its satellites into orbit, North Korea goes through Russia. You also have other states. Iran is the same. And so, these are capabilities that America needs. While America has tried more than 3 times to place satellites into orbit, when they launch, it's a failure. That is to say, out of 6 launches, only 1 launch into orbit was successful for America. America knows the importance of Russia. So, we continue. What needs to be said is that we are witnessing a situation that America is struggling with, desperate to continue maintaining good relations with Russia. And according to the information that we received from Donald Trump's special envoy, Mr. Steve, right? Steve Witkoff. Steve Witkoff tells us that President Donald Trump and Putin will probably and undoubtedly meet in Saudi Arabia. Yes, they are going to meet. At what time period? The official date has not yet been given, but an agreement has already been reached. Since both trust each other, they will meet. And it is from this meeting that Europe will truly shed hot tears. Because after this meeting, what will result from it will be of very significant importance. It will be advantageous. For both states, Europe has been set aside. And Europe continues in its belligerent attitude with Russia. The Kremlin, on its part, has not yet specified the potential meeting place of the 2 leaders. But the Kremlin already, there you go, knows that it will. Russian-American relations are of critical importance to Washington. This is what the official indicated. Donald Trump's special envoy. So, this is what needs to be said at this level, ladies and gentlemen. Here is the good news. The restoration of relations between America and Russia. And when these relations are restored, it is automatic, the conflict in Ukraine will come to an end. And the conflict in other geographical areas will come to an end. Like what is happening between Israel and Iran, it will end. The world will once again recognize peace. And this is what pains Europe. Europe does not like peace. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was the headline news. So please share it as much as possible. I will be back shortly with more news. This was the voice of your one and only samurai.